If you're anything like me, not only do you love Lego Castle, but you love Lord of the Rings even more. And in today's video, we're going to be attempting to make our own custom Lego Rohirrim Army for my fantasy world. So without further ado,
Muster the Rohirrim!
Goosebumps every time I see that clip. Rest in peace to the king. Now, Lego only made one version of the Rohan soldier. On top of that, they only gave us 2 other named characters from Rohan, and I only have one in Éomer. The King Theoden is a little bit pricey for my wallet these days. That means I had to be creative, and I started making this army about a year ago, so this was before a lot of the pieces that I used are now retiring or are retired from Pick-a-Brick. On top of that, I also found some custom pieces that I'll talk about more thoroughly in another video. First, let's talk about the Lego versions. Starting with the Rohan soldier, he has a nice chainmail torso with a belt, and this helmet has a really nice horse mold to go perfectly with Rohan. He has dark brown legs with dark green arms and chainmail printing on the back. Moving on to Éomer, Lego hit a home run with this figure. His torso printing and his leg printing are just amazing. He even has a little back printing that gets covered up by his cape, and he has that same helmet upgraded with gold accents. But we won't be using these helmets in our army. I've got a better idea. So let's build our minifigures. Now, for the minifigures, I had a couple extra Rohan soldier torsos that I took the hands out and replaced with black ones. And I replaced this Éomer torso with yellow hands because we're not using flesh tones in my Lego fantasy world. Building the minifigures, I made multiple variations of both, but I used these dual molded legs for this Rohan soldier torso because I thought they fit pretty well together. And I paired this Éomer torso with these printed dark red legs. Although I love the legs he came with, I figured I'd switch it up a little bit, and I think this figure will look great. And from there, the world's your oyster. A lot of Rohan soldiers had beards, so I'm going to give this guy a minifigure head with a beard, and this Viking helmet that I think should still be available on Pick-a-Brick. Here's another variation I made, and I tried to model him after this guy from the movies. I think we nailed it. But of course, I'll let you guys be the judge. Now with this Éomer torso, I'm going to give him a cape because he's going to be one of the leaders of this Rohirrim army. I'm also going to give him this headpiece with a kind of shaved hairpiece just to complete the look. To finish him off, I'll give him this shield that I believe came from a CMF. And of course, just a regular sword to go in his other hand. And there is one of our generals of the Rohirrim. Here are some of the other variations I created using those 2 Lego torsos. Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to the custom Rohirrim, so to speak, I used these Pick-a-Brick torsos that I believe came from a Viking set. You can see I gave these guys different helmets, a hood, bows. Taking a peek at this guy, I gave him shoulder pads that you can get off Pick-a-Brick. And that Viking torso is going to make up the bulk of this army. My theory when building this was to go off of the Helm's Deep battle. A lot of those guys were just put together with the equipment that was available at the Hornburg. Just using anything with brown, green, or silver in it should do the trick. Now the minifigures are set, but you can't have a Rohirrim army without horses, of course. Now these guys are expensive, so I don't have enough for all of my Rohirrim. You may have noticed these flags that I have on most of the horses. These are just lances with flags I either got off of Pick-a-Brick or Bricklink. We have our army. Now let's give these guys some lore and their own faction name. The Crown King had twin sons, Alarion and Theron. The king was finalizing a marriage pact with the Horse Lords to the west and had seen Theron best fit for the occasion. These Horse Lords weren't as civilized as those in the Crown Land. Where the men of the Crown Knights were dressed in steel, these Horse Lords preferred leather. Many in the Crown Land saw their neighbors to the west as barbarians, but the Crown King, he saw opportunity. The leader of the Horse Lords, Sigurd, only had a daughter, Freydis. With no one to take over for him, the Crown King started negotiations for a marriage pact in secret. He met with Sigurd and Freydis and asked if Freydis would marry one of his sons. Sigurd laughed, thinking the king was playing a ruse, but the punchline never came. The king was serious. With growing concerns outside of the Crown Land's borders, he he felt an alliance would help out the Crown Knights and the Horse Lords. Sigurd agreed and jumped at the opportunity. Freydis was a little more hesitant. When the king told Ilarion and Theron of the pact, he had made the brothers vow to stand by each other's sides when both of them came to rule. The twins, with their unbreakable bond, vowed to stand together. With that, Theron was sent out to the Horse Lords, where he and Freydis would complete the pact. The two would grow to love each other and choose to implement some of the Crown Knight style with the Horse Lords' barbaric style. They started using a horse crest and officially named their faction the Hestfolk. And that's the story behind the Hestfolk, the Horse Lords of the West. I had a lot of fun creating this faction and coming up with their lore. If you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to stick around. With all that being said, thanks for watching, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.